Because Elsie Godwin always likes it when you say her name together.
I don't tire for Elsie now, so I can't say Elsie.
Adding everybody's full name.
I should be able.
Yourself. The person that wants full name is about anyway. How you doing?
I'm a beauty. That's all I can say. I'm a beauty. I'm a speck.
Right.
How are you, Elsie?
I'm good. I'm feeling a lot of, I don't know, sleep is just my companion these days. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
Maybe
Is it that time of the
stressed
month?
and you need
No.
to-
Oh, okay, I know why. I'm actually on medication, so it's
okay.
just taking a lot of my ginger, but
I thought it probably you've been working a lot, so you want to take a break or something.
in fact, I'm telling people that I haven't even started the lot of work I'm supposed to start. I think that will start very soon, and that will be crazy, coupled with schooling as well. So, but we'll see how it goes.
God is
I'm
good.
looking forward to it, actually,
Wow.
because that's how I get my high. Being busy.
Busy.
Yeah.
Being busy,
That's
right?
good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's not how I get my high. Right now, I'm just looking forward to December.
Oh wow.
A kilo day is too close.
I'm already in the spirit of December.
But I get that feeling sometimes as well.
Oh gosh, it's been a crazy week and a crazy year all through. You know, being busy.
This year actually flew by you.
Yes.
Every year flies by, man.
No, this particular
this
year, my
has
sister.
been.
No.
I think probably because we took a lot of break during the COVID lockdown in
That was last
2020.
year, yeah.
Yes, in 2020. So you know a lot of.
Oh,
you
it
know,
would definitely be slow
so-
for people who had to like pause what they were doing
Exactly.
last year. Oh, I get it.
So
But
now
last year, there
everybody's
was no
trying to
pause
make up
me
for
now.
lost time and do a thing or two and
I can't
make it
relate.
count.
I don't understand.
How are you? I love your hair today. Let it down.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the mood. I'm beauty. I'm a speck. Thank you.
Okay, so
Those
you've been
who
hearing I am
understand-
beauty, I am
those who
mistake. Those who
understand
understand why. I can't wait. Funny thing is, Elsie that introduced me to it, though. I didn't know it before. And she that gave me this, I now carry the thing on my head. But I like it. I think I just love the fact that these are words of affirmation, but it's done in a very, very enjoyable way. Enjoyable
It's
way.
a comic
Yeah. So I love it. All right. So here's what we found as today's quote: the person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever seen before. This is a quote from Albert Einstein.
This is a tough work.
Ododoro. Ododoro. I
Takes-
mean, it's easier to follow the
What
crowd.
does it mean?
Really.
Ododoro, what does it mean? Okay,
It's
good.
easier to follow the crowd, really, because I mean, when you look left, you look right, you're like, oh, I'm not alone. The struggles are
Shouldn't
similar.
be
you know.
left out.
But when you are going on a journey, like a separate kind of journey,
Creating a path.
it's crazy. In fact, it doesn't even have to
taxing,
be
daunting.
a very special path that everybody will see. It might be you just wanting to create your own space, your own path, your own rules. It's not easy. You have to be very strong-willed, and I think I have a lot of that. They say we should not call it stubborn. I mean,
Yes, so it's strong-willed.
Yeah, you have to be very
We're not
strong-willed
stubborn
to
people.
Stand your ground.
But it takes a lot of, like you said, it takes a lot of strong will to go through everything, and it takes a lot of confidence in what you
Doggedness.
believe in.
Yeah.
If you do not believe in what you're
Conviction,
about to do,
you mean?
conviction, yes,
That's the word, yeah.
and conviction, yes, thank you. So if you do not have that, then you would definitely fall by the
By
wayside.
the wayside. All right, so it was Maya Angelou that said, if you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. So our guest, BK, is here to discuss how to be different and stand out. But first, let's take a break to see what we found in the news. You're still watching Ways. Now, the human body is remarkably easy to damage and break, no more so than when participating in strenuous physical activities such as sporting or athletic activities. Now, physical therapists work to undergo damage or undo rather damage, educate on healthy behavior, and to restore lost or damaged functionality. Now, Physical Therapy Day then is dedicated to these professionals throughout the world and aims to recognize their commitment to keeping us all fighting fit. So cheers to all the physical therapists in the world.
Now, we
Yeah.
imagine how the world would be without individuals like this. When someone has a stroke, when someone has an accident, when someone has some sort of deformity, it's the physical therapist that actually brings them back to life through different types of exercises or procedures, you know. So I think they should be applauded. They should have a day where they're actually giving that cognizance.
You know, so when you hear athletes like Serena Williams saying that they are pulling out of the games, or because we're having, you cannot relate until you have put yourself in that space where you rigorously push your body, stretching. Have you tried to play tennis to say you want to stretch all the jumping that they do? Yeah. So there are some ligaments, there are some whatever that will just snap. So without a therapist, these people can't even, they can't survive, they can't function. Boxers, wrestlers, name any sports. Athletes in general, most of the people in the sporting world. So this is a very, very important day to observe.
Why this actually resonates so much with me is because of the fact that my dad, after he had his stroke, had to get the services of a physical therapist, a physiotherapist. So, you know, we didn't even know that there was a profession like that until he had his stroke, and that actually drew our attention to it. They should be actually applauded.
Absolutely.
To be candid.
Yeah, you want to say something else?
I mean, I'm not a sports person, neither can I relate in that degree, but messieurs, they under these people.
You just like left.
I can't celebrate them.
No, that's what they're different.
They're not that.
Those are.
I feel like they should be like a part of.
No,
that's different.
It's completely different.
Completely.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the jobs they do.
What is physical therapy?
It's okay.
Elsie, you're hopeless.
I'm telling you, she is hopeless. Okay, so let me come to you, Izzy. What did you find for us in the news today?
Okay. There's a certain reality TV show that would, you know, have my head for this, but, you know, it still comes back to moral values and, you know, what we believe in. So this actually caught my attention that says lack of moral education responsible for the decadence in societal values, says an NGO. And this was spoken by the founder and president of a non-governmental agency called Moral Values and Ethics Support Foundation, which the acronym goes for MOVES, MOVES. Okay. Yes. And she says that lack of moral education is responsible for the moral decadence in the society. And this was in Abuja. She was also confirming the fact that do we need to state that moral values should be in schools? That's what she was harping on, having moral values in schools. I am of the opinion that moral values should start at home, because what happens when the teacher does his or her own part and guides the child, and the child goes back home to a dysfunctional family, or the child goes back to an environment that is hostile. We saw a video of a parent who actually had sexual relationship with the daughter. So what is the moral justification for that? There is no moral education in the school that
There's
will aid.
There's called moral education, right?
Yes,
okay.
But that is supposed to be under civic education. Everything is
they've merged.
Yes,
it's all merged.
I think
now?
yes, I think so. Civic education and what's it called? CRK. One of them I can't really recall.
I think they call it RVN now. So
yes,
there's a funny name they call it now.
It's all muddled up. But the key thing
is, will remind me.
Yeah, the key thing is that we have to understand that it's not about the schools. It's about the homes.
Yeah.
The home is where the child actually has the base. That's where they actually have interaction with people that they really love. The school is a formal environment where they get to know
I think it's good for it to be collective, if you ask me.
I agree, but they should lay emphasis
so both the community,
on the home front.
Yeah, I understand. The community, the religious bodies, because you can't, where we are now, we are all, there's just a thin line across all these borders. It's all muddled up.
Exactly.
So there are religious bodies, there are, what's it called, communities, there are the responsibility of the home, you know, the home front, and the schools.
The society
so everything
in
general should tie up, you know, to push for moral education, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So which reality show were you talking about when you started?
Yeah.
Auntie,
the reality show
please.
The moral values in that reality show is not to be played with.
Moral values is
there was no
relative.
moral.
You know that, especially at that level when adults are involved.
Yes,
But
I
let's not dwell on
agree.
it, so
But
what I want to
do,
even that reality TV show is a choice. I don't watch it.
I do.
So where I'm coming to.
So where's your moral? Why are you watching it?
My moral values is the fact that how do I see that kind of person who is supposed to be engaged to someone or tied to someone doing
Are you
something?
bringing that story
But
really?
are you watching it now?
No, I haven't watched it since the past 1 week, to be candid.
Because of that issue?
No, because of work.
Oh.
Take your story.
Moving on.
Elsie,
My own is I'm just keeping you up to date.
I have moral values. Don't say I don't
do.
have moral values.
Dada moral. I know you do. Okay, so the Department of State Services, DSS, told the Federal High Court in Abuja that a gang of mobile armed robbers, commonly known as one-chance operators, hijacked its case file on the fundamental rights enforcement suit that was filed by detained associates of Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. Now, the security agency, through its lawyers, prayed the court to adjourn the further proceeding of the matter till a later date, telling the court that one-chance thieves snatched the case file from his colleague who unknowingly boarded their vehicle. He said apart from the file, other items belonging to his colleagues were also stolen. So I just wanted to let you know that the security issues that we are facing, DSS is facing it as well. So take heart. Yeah, that's all.
How
This
convenient.
is pathetic. It could be hilarious, but I really don't find it funny.
This country is a cruise.
This is more than it's a joke.
How convenient that a case file. So I was listening in on a radio show last night, and I remember that they said that one of the ladies said the question was, would you hand over? You found the guy that found 20 million naira, 40 million naira. Would you hand it over to the police? Everybody that called say lie. They would never hand it over. They would rather give it. If they cannot find the person, they will know that it was God that gave it to them, and they will go and use it to do charity work. So the story I want to draw. One lady now called and said she was robbed, I think, Kara Bridge. And she was robbed there. By the time they now went back, they got there and they found what's it called, international passport, certificates, and all of those things, documents. One person it's actually his C of O that made him go back to look for. So he found his C of O. So, I mean, I've never ever heard that armed robbers will seize a case file, like a document. What would they use it for? So how convenient. Can you, DSS, can you people say something different? Biko.
That was maybe the sharpest excuse they could
That is
give.
why there is such disconnect between the people and the government.
Let me take my story. So PFN, I took the story because of Isi.
Okay.
Her man, Bishop Francis Wale Oke, he has slammed the federal government. He says he wants the federal government to declare a state of emergency in the health and education sector. So the bishop had faulted the federal government's manner of handling all the industrial actions that have been going on in the education and the health sector. And he's saying that, you know, they should convoke education and health summit to comprehensively address the challenges facing the two critical sectors. So where I do not agree with all of these things is what he said they should convoke a summit, because they have been convoking summits. Summit upon conferences upon conferences. So, do you understand?
Maybe they should even start by calling Obiose Kwesili. The one they did at the time that they have not implemented till now. There's a lot of reports and results or solutions.
Because when you do all these conferences or convoke all these summits,
committees,
you just gather money and nothing is done. Do you understand? So at that point where he said convoke educational and healthcare summit, you lost me.
You lost it.
You lost me, because for me, this is not for lack of not knowing what to do. That we are where we are.
It's implementation.
It is just the willpower to do certain things. That
no, in quotes, not willpower. We have the willpower, but we have the willpower for other things. It's implementation and the fact that we do not want things to get better the way I think we are fine the way things are.
Who is we?
The federal government of Nigeria.
Okay.
All right. On that note, I am Beauty. I'll take a break. I want to go and drip some glory. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We are the spec.
Welcome to The Breakfast.
A breakfast where we unbundle top and big stories of the day.
Is vaccine the only way out of this pandemic?
No, definitely not.
Many Ghanaians just want a peaceful election and they are hoping there will be no rigging.
There is nothing bad in borrowing for infrastructure. The minister added that he was impressed.
Please come and see yourself what we are doing with the money we have borrowed.
It's very important. The way we brand ourselves is the way people will carry us.
It's just the driver of the two vehicles that were completely burned. This one was here screaming.
What do you recommend the government do to support this sector?
Direct intervention, that's what every government all over the world has done.
We are not a parallel security structure. A Moteco core is a complementary core.
What I will not encourage Christians to do is to carry dagger and follow anybody. No.
Join us on The Breakfast, 7 a.m., Monday to Friday.
All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, standing out begins by having a good awareness of who you are as a person. It starts from the basics, such as knowing what makes you happy and what makes you sad, what you enjoy doing and what you do not enjoy, and what you're good at and what you aren't good at. Being different isn't a bad thing. It means you are brave enough to be yourself. That's a quote by Luna Lovegood. By being yourself, you put something wonderful in the world that was not there before. The things that make me different are the things that make me. That's another quote by Winnie the Pooh. So how can we do things differently and stand out? That's our conversation tonight. Please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. So I'm going to bring in our guest in a minute or two. Elsie Godwin, what are you doing differently? How are you making your mark on earth?
Okay, this is a question for me.
No, you can't see it coming.
How am I making my mark on earth? By being my authentic self.
Awesome.
I think that's the very important ingredient to standing out. If you want to stand out, then you need to begin to tap into your original self, like not being like the next person. Even if you're in a profession that has millions of people in it, millions of people cannot be you. There's
Absolutely.
only one you. So until you begin to tap into your authentic self and owning it, then you cannot stand out.
Absolutely. So, so there was a part I read that says you must know who you are. Mm-hmm. You must be sure what you like, what you do not like. How well do you know yourself? And have you come to that space where you are truly living for you and being you?
Absolutely. I have come to that space where I'm living for me, because it's whatever makes me happy, I do. What doesn't make me happy, I leave. And that's what works for me. And so long as it's good for my state of mind, my my health, my peace, which is paramount to me, I do it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, so let's bring in our guests. Basi Kenneth is also known as BK, is a Nigerian-born singer and a songwriter who started his career in Port Harcourt, where he had his first break with his concert, BK Live, that had over 1,000 people in attendance. In 2015, BK moved to Abuja to work with one of Nigeria's finest producers for a year, after which he moved to Lagos in 2016. BK has a unique voice that blends soul with Afro sounds, which reminds us of the legendary Fela Kuti and Marvin Gaye. BK is an actor, a dancer, and an MC, but has chosen to follow his real passion, which is music. He has a unique dress sense called Raz and Classy, a pure Afro style. Now, his style and choice of music are defined as music for the city and the street. Since he's moved to Lagos, BK has been doing great things in the industry, such as the renowned spontaneous music and spoken word sessions, the one I like, I Am Beauty, Vibe Therapy, a small group parlor event that features Nigeria's finest. So in case you are still wondering who I'm talking about, Biko, watch this.
This week, peace of mind and glow. Peace of mind and glow. We will not see the end of good marriages. We will not see the end of good marriages. People that plan to laugh at us. People that plan to laugh at us. We beg to sit with us. We beg to sit with us. Everything we do. Everything we do. Sold out. Sold out. We sell products. We sell products. We enter relationships. We enter relationships. Sold out. Sold out. I will hold my peace. I will hold my peace. And God will raise the mic. And God will raise the mic. To fight my battle. To fight my battle. We move.
Thank you so much for joining us. You know, as I was saying earlier, I mean, it's such an amazing honor to have you with us.
Absolutely.
I was saying earlier, Elsie was the very first person that ever used one of your soundtrack on her reels. I was wondering, who is this person? But I listened in again, you know, at first it sounded like, who is this person talking to? And I listened to the wordings, the words of affirmation. I said, no, this is actually something that I do genuinely love, you know, and I just started following you on Instagram. I said, so there's more. So, you know, I mean, tell us, you know, why did you choose this path? You know, because it's actually different. And that was why it was important for us to have the conversation about standing out. What made you choose this path? You know, not the regular music like everybody just does.
I believe strongly in words of affirmation. That's what guides my music, my lifestyle, my family, everything. We grew up watching our parents tell us these words, these beautiful words. So, and I love to be funny. I love to add that little sarcasm to everything I do. So I was just thinking one day to myself, and not so far from like 3 months ago, I'm saying, how do I now fuse this into my music? How do I just lift people's spirit? Because I know where we're coming from, COVID and all. I'm like, okay, let's title it Cruise Confession. Then I carried my pen and started writing, and the first thing that came out was I Am Beauty. It sounded very funny. I'm like, okay, what if people don't like it? What if they like it? I said, let me just do it anyways. I wrote it down and I put it on Instagram. But with my friend, we just recorded it on my phone. I put my pictures like slides. And most people laughed and people did not like, oh, I like it. Then I deleted it from my Instagram.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, I did. Then I met with friends days later and told them, oh, let's try this thing out. Just say after me. They didn't know what I was saying. They just said it. And I uploaded it after like 12 hours. I deleted it again.
Wow.
Yes. Because I wanted to be seen as the artists. Yeah. Not so funny. Don't water down the brand and all that.
Yeah.
So. And another friend posted it, and I woke up one day and he said 500 people used it. I'm like, okay, let me go and post it again. And I posted it, and as soon as people started chatting, oh, I love it. And then I made. So it's my lifestyle, just giving positivity and sharing positivity.
Awesome, that's fantastic.
So,
go ahead.
I mean, a lot is going on social media now. People would say September came with violence and drama, right? And it's been, from 1st of September, it's been one issue or the other, right? And I saw a video today, the one you were asking if I had seen, and I'm like, nah, it's just annoying. And it was one of the people in those dramas sort of trying to make her voice heard, going all the way. You probably have seen the video I'm talking about, right? And what struck me when a friend sent it to me, the first thing I said was, this lady does not love herself. Because I feel like if you love yourself enough, like I think we should, you wouldn't put yourself through that thing because you're trying to hold on to whatever it is you're trying to hold on. You will think of peace first, right? So in doing what you are doing, and I heard you say something about affirmation and loving self. Yes, we grew up knowing, oh, you're beautiful and all that. Do you think we know how to really imbibe those words of affirmation, and how does it relate with self-love for us?
You know, it's one thing sometimes we just say things and we don't even, you know, it's easy for us to talk, but when it comes to action, now put it into place, it's another thing. We don't really do well because of, let me bring it down, social media comparison, looking at the other person doing well and not doing well. Just social media has a way of just making you feel ungrateful to start with. Do you understand? So you forget to love yourself, forget to give back to yourself and appreciate yourself and tell yourself, I'm doing well. You know, when you are grateful to yourself, you can do more. You open yourself to doing more. Do you understand? So I feel like us relating to that issue now, that story, self-love is not there. Or was not there. I watched the video you're talking about. So as a people, sometimes we forget it because of the noise, especially social media. It can make you forget. And I heard people were talking about identity. Social media can make you, it's a good thing and it can be a curse sometimes if you don't manage it properly. You can just water down everything that you are building. You know, when a man with no identity will be told who is not. So you have to first find yourself. So I can tie it self-love to identity, not knowing who you are, because I cannot open my mouth and speak anyhow if I don't know. If I know who I am, if I know what I represent, if I love myself, I would not treat myself as such.
Wow. Now, so self-respect and self-appreciation is very important. It's essential. Now, in the course of this, you talked about, you were introduced as Raz and Classy. I like that. It's a good one. But how were you able to stand out and with that concept of being Raz and Classy, and at the same time not feeling any sort of challenge that, oh, this is that you'll be pushed aside. So what were the challenges you actually faced being yourself?
Yes, of course, there are always challenges here and there. So part of what I like to tell myself is, you can convert your weakness to your strength, and people will respect you still for it. Growing up, I still have it. I have lips. It was even bad. I couldn't mention less. I had less. I cannot say a word or two without it being everywhere. But I tried to manage it, and my friends would make fun of me. It was easy growing up. It was just there. But as I grew up, I started to create a space in my mind, like, this is like a limitation for me. And I would go to auditions to sing, and they would tell me, oh yeah, this is your lisp. I think you should work on it, and you can't really sound it. I said, okay. I tried to work on it. I tried to control it. It worked well. But I thought to myself one day, how about changing this thing? I noticed that people, when they hear my song, they know it's BK because that thing is there. I said, I'm holding on to it. I'm going to hold on to it. Do you understand? So yeah, the challenge, I converted it. Do you understand? So I faced a lot growing up, but I'm a dear boy, and I'm so confident about where I'm coming from. So the Raz and Class is where I'm coming from and where I'm going to. So it's from the roughest part of Port Harcourt, that's Job, and transcending to the most dope place you can think about.
Correct. So, are you going to let go of the Raz anytime in your life?
No way.
I feel like I'm definitely going to graduate into something, let me not use the word better, but something classy.
And
but
Raz will be gone.
No, but there are people that are coming from that space that look up to me to get a pinch of that.
You know when you talk about Raz and Class, a friend of mine, a friend of mine.
That's not my exact question.
No, so let me help BK out. A friend of mine actually said something that be careful who you associate with. That akara associated with Akamu and for a very long time. So if you see where Akara is placed, it's still placed for. But you see Puff Puff associated with samosa, spring rolls, and now Puff Puff's brand is much. It's still a Raz Puff Puff that we know, but it's associated with samosa, spring rolls.
But you know that thing they say that Akara sometimes with that local smoke, it doesn't feel the same.
At all.
You need that rasping.
Just maintain your authentic razzle.
Authentic razzle.
Right.
But tell us a little bit about why you decided to, when was that moment where you knew that because I love the story about having the lisp and taking it and owning it to say I want to convert it. But when was the moment you said this is what I want to do? Because a lot of times people get confused. At some point they do not even know where to play anymore, and it's almost becoming like a depressing thing for them. Yeah. So when was that moment for you? What was the deciding factor for you?
Okay. First, I think it's okay for people out there. It's okay to find your path through another man's journey. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing that you can still find yourself from there. I think it was in 2007. I told myself that, okay. I grew up listening to, like you read,
Marvin Gaye.
My dad would play Fela, Rex Lawson, old heads. And so that formed a character, like stubborn song growing up. I wanted to do music, I didn't care, so they gave me my way. It was in 2007. I also watched Simi Dakolo from Port Harcourt, long before West African Idol. I used to watch him like on the streets.
Wow.
Yeah, sing. We're from the same area. Watch him. So in 2007, I told myself that I'm going to take this to another level. Wow. After going for auditions and getting all the no's and bye-bye, that thing, you need to fix it. How about that? And people that are talking to you, sometimes people that tell you need to fix it, they don't even get their life fixed. When you look at them, you see 30,000 things that are wrong, but they're saying fix it. Yeah. So you just have to go home and fix it. So I told myself that, 2007, I'm going to get it right at all costs. So that was the turning point. And I'm very strong-willed, like my dad. If I say I'm going, I don't take permission. I just move.
We move.
So what about morals? Where does morals come into, you being who you are?
Okay.
And morals and being consistent. Okay. Where does it come in?
Okay. I mean, for someone like me, I grew up with cultural morals, like knowing what to do automatically, even without being told, because of the environment I grew up from. Port Harcourt, you know that saying when they say if your child does not behave well, the neighbor can flog the child. So that was the kind of environment. So my dad, my mom, just being right acting right, or my neighborhood just being right. It was easy for me to follow. Right, we had one or two misunderstandings, and things that would push us back. Yeah. But being right and the right morals has always helped. That's why even in my style of music and the songs I sing, you hear it. If you listen to my songs, I bet you.
Let me help you ask the question what she wants to ask.
Okay, please.
So if you have the opportunity to go to Big Brother Nigeria, would you take it?
That wasn't the question I was going to ask.
Would you take it?
You know.
No?
You know, okay. I said you know that. Why will any young person avoid it?
Abio, my brother.
It's time for a break because
yes.
my question that I asked why.
Okay, well, maybe I need to know where the morals is, the trace.
Which morals? No, please.
It's just a simple question.
By all means, you will go to Big Brother and you will stand out.
I know morals has nothing to do with where you are. It has everything to do with where you are coming from.
Yes.
Who trained you? Where are you coming from?
Listen, but even in the house, you would stand out. You will be different. Okay, we take a break.
Like you said.
When we come back, we continue the conversation. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, we're having an amazing chat with BK on how to be different and stand out. So please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. So you know what? So I love to be a beauty.
Right.
I don't know how that thing is just inside my brain, like it's stuck in my brain. So when people approach you and they talk to you and say, you know, I love this, how does that make you feel? And does it give you that push to want to do more? And again, how do you come up with those lines? Is it spontaneous or is something that you have to rehearse or write down? You know, what gives you the inspiration?
All right. I always feel good. Like today I was going to the barber shop and someone said, I'm beauty. Like, okay. I think it's coming gradually. But you know that thing that wants to make me think again, it's not being ungrateful, but sometimes I just feel like, how about it being for my music? Oh. And, you know, I always have that feeling. I'm like, what if my music? Okay. But yeah, I'm grateful, right? Absolutely. I feel good. I feel like people send me DMs from like outside the country, Nigerians in diaspora. Like, you inspire me every Monday. I look forward to it, and I love it, and I appreciate. Yeah, and I appreciate it, and I always write them down, no matter how simple they look. I always think about the cruise. I'm like, what's the cruise for the week? What's the cruise for the month? How do I infuse this? You know, Nigerians sometimes, especially because of where we're coming from, if you're too serious, they will just say, motivational speaker.
Not for me.
Every Monday.
Yes. Every Monday now.
Motivational speaker, not for me.
So they just like, so if you want to get too serious, I've received messages, people tell me, see, quote this scripture from all, do this. I'm like, you can do that. Let's keep it a cruise.
There was one you said that 2 people should bring 2 people. I love that video.
Right.
So, I want to talk about your journey, right? Your brother says you came from Port Harcourt. I mean, you mentioned it on the show as well. You came from Port Harcourt to Abuja, now Lagos. Why was it necessary to make those moves?
I was doing well in Port Harcourt at the time after my concert, after the show I put up there. But I got called to be signed. And then in Abuja, I had to move. So it didn't work out the way I expected, and I couldn't go back to Port Harcourt because I left a lot. That was like one of the down points for my life, because I left a lot there in Port Harcourt, and I moved to Abuja. Now all the things I planned are not working well. So I told myself, it's either you remain here or you go to Lagos, where everybody's going to. There's crowd there, but if you are confident, you will make it. So that was the transition for me. I just had to move. And since I moved to Lagos, it's been hold up, but it's making sense.
So if you had to give one word of advice or 2 words of advice to the youth out there, and somebody who is, struggling to be themselves or find themselves, what would be that word you would tell them, or words you will tell them? What are those words you would tell them?
I like the concept of time. I like process. There's process to everything. It is okay to want the wealth of a 60-year-old billionaire, but there's time from 20 to 60.
Yes.
So you have to wait. You want it quick, then it might not really last. So be patient for that dream that you want to create, that magic you want the world to see.
Absolutely.
So when it comes up, it will not fade away easily. So be patient. There's process and time to everything.
I like that. I like that process thing,
Yes.
But, which, I mean, it's just linking up to what I was going to ask, that, how long has it taken for you to get to where you are today, and how profitable is it for you? Because it's one thing for you to do something that people love. It's another thing for you to command the kinds of pay, that would also sustain you as an artist. Because a lot of times this is where a lot of people now struggle, and they're not able, so they now begin to feel the need to do something different other than where their genius is. So how are you managing that?
I mean, it's been a long time coming, and the good thing is that I had plans before this day. So I'm just riding on my plans, and it's looking really good. It's amazing. the pay is coming. That's the most important part. It is coming. So now...
You don't have to bring 2 people to bring
no. Apart from it, I have good, amazing team and management, and we're working, and the pay is...
Fantastic.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. If I say it now, my family will come in this night. I don't care.
So you said something about finding your path through another man's journey. And like you said, I think it's profound. Who are people you are? I know you've mentioned those you listen to growing up.
Okay.
Who are people you are religiously following or looking at what they do in order to, you don't have to necessarily do exactly what they do, but you're looking at their consistency and their journey. Locally, internationally.
Okay, I have some you might know of them: Opakrite Omoni, Tari Hutsunekio, then Paul Adefarasin, Pastor Paul. He's one I really respect. Chima Ochemba, people I look up to, people that have created a path and they keep influencing me. I look at Will Smith, Jamie Foxx.
Wow,
I don't play with them. Names. Oprah Winfrey. I don't play because of their story.
Yes.
Their backstory. I love the backstory. I love the backstory a lot because that's where everything's
started from.
Yes. So those people they inspire me so much. And of course, gospel on the beats. From Lagos here. So these people really inspire me.
So where do you see Nigerian music in another, say, 5 years from now?
I mean, Nigerian music, it started already. We have people like Wizkid. And the entertainment industry looks like the only thing that is working in the country at the moment.
And fashion too.
Everything around fashion. So 5 years from now, I feel like now it's just Afro music.
Yes.
But there are other beautiful genres, high life, different sounds, R&B, African R&B, and the rest. I'm sure that in 5 years' time, Nigerian music will be one of the most sought after sounds in the Africa and the world.
In the world, actually. Okay, so if you want to do something for us, what would that be? Because we cannot come here and we won't have our own beauty.
So,
what are you saying?
I am beauty, I respect, I do glory. Hard though. It's not hard. Well, I mean, we can go with the popular flow. How about that?
Which one?
I am beauty, I respect.
No, you have to do something.
I'm not popular, fam.
We stand out.
That's my type. Where they come from? I don't understand.
If I was going to ask you, is there a special somebody?
For.
Is it for who?
She's talking about you.
Okay. There is somebody.
There is.
In me. No, nobody yet.
There are.
There are. No, none that I know of.
Not that you know of.
No, but there is no one now. We're still in the process. You know, when you're finding yourself, like you said, until you find yourself, you cannot add another person to it.
So while you are thinking of what to do for us, thinking about that, I wanted to ask you about the things that have been happening in the nation. I mean, we are young people. I mean, everybody experienced what happened with us with the EndSARS. We cannot but say that there is a strong voice that the entertainers have, which is the power to hold certain kinds of narrative and push that it will go viral. So what are you doing in that light, in terms of, trying to change the narrative, pushing for a better Nigeria, better governance and all of that?
I mean, one of the easiest ways putting it in my music, Fela did that and I stand for that. I believe that this country can still change, even if it's looking like we're going back, In 2010, I dropped a song. I'm still dropping, but that song gained attention. I went viral, Talked about a little girl complained in 1992, good life would be for all, not just for a few. But that little girl is asking at the age of 32, which way Nigeria? Which way? Are we going to stand here and watch our nation burn, or join hands together and make it work? Be the change we want to see, so our children will not ask which way Nigeria, which way. So in my music, I always try to put it, and in my conversations, and in Vibe Therapy, what you read, it's a parlor event where I have young people, we sit down and talk. We just talk about how we can better ourselves. And Of course, we can sit down, drink, and talk, but we still talk about Nigeria. That's like the core for us, because if we want to have a better tomorrow, not just for us, for our families, then we have to deal with the issue on ground, which is Nigeria. So every avenue I have, I put it inside. My vibe therapy is sold out to changing Nigeria.
Sold out.
I like that you like processes.
Yeah.
And I know, of course, this is your starting point. You've not gotten to the destination at all. And I'm glad that we are part of this journey now. So in this process and where you are now, what are some of those challenges that you can share and someone can learn from, especially having to relocate, be in the entertainment industry that is, you know.
It's tough.
What has it been?
It's been really challenging. It's been really, that question. It's been really challenging, especially long before now. But now it's moving, it's even better now. But, you know, first of all, when you come to Lagos, let me go back to the basic things. You have to secure accommodation. It will turn you around. That one alone can disturb. You cannot focus when you don't have where to stay.
And it depends on where you want to stay.
Okay. Is that mainland, island, or upper land? You know? So we started from the upper land, but thankfully we have moved to the island. But that was a major, like, I never knew, because coming from Port Harcourt, we had a house and all that. I never knew that not having a place to stay can scatter your life plan, your dream alone. So it's so serious. People forget. People think I'm coming to Lagos, but just not everybody has to be under the bridge. Save money from where you're coming from. Do you understand? So that was a major challenge for me coming into Lagos. Then meeting people, I had to create every friendship. I had to create relationship. I wanted to do a lot, but I knew people, but they would not stretch their hand until I do things that will make them just reach out to me.
You get their attention.
Yes.
You have to raise your hand so that they can stretch theirs.
Yeah. So in raising your hand, you have to do a lot of self-finding, self-push, and nobody is going to hand you cheese.
On a platter go.
Nobody is going to hand. So I had to create everything. Everything. I would sit down, and it's beautiful just seeing these things come out for sure, because I had to sit down and write everything, and thankfully God helped me through it. God's grace also. So
you've worked with Timi Dakolo, right?
Yes, even in my last concert.
In your story now, you're talking about how you used to watch him play.
Yes,
so what was that experience for you, having to now be in the same room with someone you were looking up to?
It's mind blowing. You know, sometimes you are faced with your big day and you're ungrateful sometimes. You just eyes, Timina, we see him every day. Ungratefulness can shut your eyes to a lot of things. So what I do every day is I thank God and I appreciate them when I see them. He's like the only person I see and follow his line or path in this country. He's like the biggest I see. You understand? His line, I might not necessarily sound but he's the person I see, and so I cannot even put it into words. Every time I have an opportunity to sit down with him and write songs with him, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So
we have time.
I was going to say something which has to do with the fact that you keep saying God, 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 and you're thankful to Him.
Yeah.
That shows that you're a religious person.
Yeah,
and so, aside from that, I'm looking at the fact that we also have the aspect of collaboration in the music industry. If you had your way, aside from Timi Dakolo, of course, if you had your way to, have some sort of collaboration with a music icon, who would that be?
I mean,
male or female?
Male or female. I've done stuff. I've not even recorded a song with Timi yet. Wow. So we just do it. I've not recorded one with him. I will in my coming album. But I've done with Rika Sani, Praise, Caveman, and I'm looking at Asha next, and soon, and maybe Bruno Mars. Yeah.
That's lovely.
So,
yeah, Bruno Mars.
If you had to say to those who are...
We need time to do our beauty video.
I think about it already.
Oh yeah. Raise your camera up.
Raise your camera up. We are here.
Start speaking. So I can speak after you.
What am I supposed to do?
You just face it like that.
Am I going to
No, just stand. See where you are. Sit.
Okay.
We have to do live. This is live first hand on Waze. Okay. ways, yes. What are you saying?
What am I saying? Yeah. I should have planned for this. What happened? Okay. Let's do I Am Beauty now.
Anyone, or you're doing one.
But just
but put ways inside.
You have to remix it.
What are you saying?
Ways, okay. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Say, I am beauty.
I am beauty.
I am a speck.
I'm a speck.
I drip glory.
I drip glory.
I am nobody's ex.
I am nobody's ex.
Haters we hate.
Haters we hate.
Potatoes we potato.
Potatoes we potato.
But our ways.
But our ways.
Our enemy cannot fight.
Our enemy cannot fight.
We move.
We move. Ah, so nice. So you got me a gift, you know?
Yeah.
I was wondering.
And I'm sorry I couldn't go for it.
No, I was even shocked to get a gift. So is this a clothing line? Or sorry, come and help me get it, yeah?
It's a merch, like, to follow up. I want people, beyond saying it, I want them to wear it. And so people see them from afar and see the confidence that they...
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's really nice. So is this something you do like a business?
Yeah, it's under Raz and Classy.
Oh, nice.
It's coming out gradually. It's coming out with just, it's a business.
Oh, this is the drip glory.
Yeah.
I drip glory.
I saw it on your page, actually.
Oh, this is really nice. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it.
Yes,
I truly appreciate it. But this one now, you've caused trouble, though. You'll be waiting for their own, though.
I don't talk to you.
I'll be following Elsie, so I'm definitely going to leave her house. I'll be following her for a while.
So you're not going to do
Of course I
But that's really lovely.
All right, so we have a comment from Ade in the UK. He says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
To be different and standing out from others is doing things right from ordinary to extraordinary. That's what the guest has put in place to be recognized or appear on TV. It has sweet mouth with swagger. Well done, bro. And keep flying the flag.
Thank you.
Keep the flag flying. That's Ade from the UK. So if you had one thing to say, you know, to who do we push it to now? Are you planning to japa, first of all? Before I ask the further question, do you think you need to relocate out of the country to make it?
For now, I don't think I need to. But
I like it for now, my dear.
For now, yeah. Maybe when I raise a family, you know.
Yeah.
At that point, I cannot say what I cannot limit my children. They have to have choices. Yeah. You understand? So I don't know for now. But now I'm here. I'm in Nigeria, full-blooded Nigerian. I'm not going anywhere.
That's nice.
We are beauty.
We are beauty.
I'm here.
So if you had one thing to say, I don't know how to channel this thing to the young person out there that is just starting
to every struggling Nigerian.
Yeah. What would that be?
I think I already said part of it, which is process and time.
The process.
But just believe things will with hard work, there's time for everything. You know, I had too many doubts sometimes, even in my whole faith and everything. I had too many doubts because I question myself, there's bills here. So how do you sort them out? But this going viral, this I Drip Glory just showed me that God has a hand in it, and He's going to bring it with time. Just keep working, be consistent, and hope. That's the only thing we have. Just hope. Be consistent, work hard, and just hope.
We've had a fantastic time with you. I hope you did enjoy us. Enjoy the conversation.
Elsie got my merch, man.
I'm going
Why are you so jealous? You can't even hide it.
I'm definitely going to bring it.
Oh, now I feel so special.
You know, I go on the page, I see, you know, I didn't see. Not like I did not see your own drip. I saw it, but she was using it. I'm like, oh my God. Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I'm sold for life. We move.
But Elsie gets her own, and also you, man.
Yes. So thank you so much, BK. I hope you do this with us, and we hope to attend one of your events.
Yeah, October next, 16th October, I think.
Oh, that would be nice. That's my birth month. I love that.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So is it going to be on the mainland or other land? let me know first so I can plan that.
It's just here.
Oh, okay.
Follow us.
All right.
All right, thank you so much, Vicky. We had an amazing chat. Sorry we can't take more messages. Thank you, EC. Thank you, Elsie Godwin. We had a fantastic conversation.
You should say that again.
Oh, yeah. Breath of fresh air. All right, so before we go, do ensure you follow us on Instagram. It's at PlusTvAfrica. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and most importantly, we're planning a giveaway to say thank you to you for believing in the Ways brand and watching and following us. So do well to follow us now. It's at PlusTvAfrica. So if you missed today's very important quote, here it is again. The person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever seen before. That's from Albert Einstein. So we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.
Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Welcome to your favorite program, The Moment of Truth, brought to you by the Citadel Global Community Church. Our God is a God of salvation, far above all principality and power, and might and dominion, that regardless of what happens in this season, you will escape. Say to your neighbor, there is no peace for the wicked. The lazy man does not roast what he took in hunting, but diligence is a man's precious possession. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
Moment of Truth with Pastor Tunde Bakare. Sundays, 7 p.m. on PlusTvAfrica.
There has to be a decision point. The way your baby is presenting, we have to rush you in. And my partner at the time was like, "You going to cut her? Are you going to cut her? Is it going to leave a scar?" And I said, "Am I a belly dancer? What is the problem here?"
No, I'm vulnerable about the future of the children, the future of mine and the future of the generation of my children.
I want to have nude pictures taken of you